guess the expectations when you start fishing in the winter up here on the Nature Coast is the fact that you're going to have cooler weather, cooler than you're expecting most of the time, and the water level is going to be extremely low, negative most of the day. So it really, I'm going to say, determines where you can fish, whether you're going to be able to fish all the way in the back, or if you're going to have to fish somewhere around the creek mouths, or if you're going to have to fish on open flats. And that can be tough.
CA, how long has it been since the last time you and I filmed a show or fished together?
God, I'm gonna say it's probably been at least a decade or more.
Has to be.
At least.
2008, 2007?
Yeah.
Well, that was the last time we fished the tarpon tournaments together in Boca Grande.
That's right. That's
we
how long.
We won one of those.
We won one of those.
Yeah. But that might be the last time, maybe 2008.
And God, we've known of each other or been fishing together for 20 years. It's just that life got busy in the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
It really got busy with FlatsClass, you know, really moving its program in a different direction. And now with you, well, you're shelving your guide career to help run Hell's Bay now.
I got to put more boats out on the waters.
Evidently, it's working.
It's working.
It's working. Well, today we're gonna throw some old school, what I like to call home style garage baits.
There you go.
I mean, you're gonna look at this stuff and think, we're not gonna catch a damn thing on this stuff, but you'd be surprised. It's crisp, it's cold, it's 45 degrees this morning. We got mare's tails here on the ceiling, so it's gonna be high pressure, but I got a feeling we'll do okay with you on the bow.
I hope so. Well, I'm just wondering, are you bringing out the old school lures because you and I are getting older? You know, are we called a classic now? Well, like these lures?
Well, the truth be known, I was cleaning my garage out so my son could have his garage sale, and I was like, yeah, maybe we should fish with this stuff.
Yeah.
We can make the old stuff, the fresh stuff.
That's right. And try it again.
And try it again. All right, let's go make a few fish.
Yeah,
things.
I'm excited about fishing over here, CA. I never have.
Oh, it's a great zone.
Awesome.
He's a noted fly angler and has a very extensive fly angling clientele that now he's given up to be the marketing director at Hell's Bay Boatworks. So we're back on the same team again. So I decided that I'm gonna just tie up some bucktail jigs, throw them in a box. Him and I are gonna go out there and we're gonna catch fish. When you tie up bucktail jigs, you're trying to emulate shrimp or small minnows or crabs. But you'll notice that the heads on most of these jigs are a bright color. But the reason for those brightly colored heads is so that when you make a presentation, even though the body of the jig looks very natural, is you've got that bright colored head so that you can see where it is in relation to the fish that's moving to it. And then the timing is a little bit easier to figure out.
Oh, there he is.
Nice. That's a whole
little flounder action. Little flounder pounder action.
Man, that's the kind of fish that would be, this is the mouth of a creek, water funnels out, he's sitting in a sandy spot. I mean, it all makes sense. Yeah. They're always where they're supposed to be, Al.
Yeah.
It's just, can we as anglers figure it out? That's a nice fish.
Yeah. Yeah, because I hopped right into a sandy spot, and all of a sudden I saw this flash on it real fast. And I thought it might have been a small trout because I saw this white belly a little bit. I was a fishing guide in the Everglades, Naples area for the past 24 years. And I spent 12 years in Louisiana guiding as well. This year, I cut back on my guiding and accepted a position with Hell's Bay Boatworks as the sales and marketing manager.
Okay, you see this shadow here on the left? That water's a little deeper there. throw in there a few times. Throw there and then throw the right of that a few times. That's always a good zone. I say that because I've lost fish there before. There you go. Look at that.
Off the end of that,
bada bing.
right off the end of that down tree.
Not exactly the right one that I wanted you to catch.
Well,
it'll do.
There was a reason I brought Al on this particular episode, because fishing had been tough. We had had a lot of what I call consecutive cold fronts that had kind of dumbed down the bite where it was going to be hard to catch fish, and I needed someone that could sight fish. There's not a really better sight fisherman, in my opinion, than Al. Al's one of the best, and he can deliver a cast right where it has to be.
So, I'm hearing a lot of cool things are coming out of Hell's Bay, but one gets me pretty jacked up, and that's about a new skiff that no one knows about yet. Or I should say, people know about it.
people do know about it, but yeah, it's going to be called the Marathon. And basically, in a nutshell, it's going to be a 17-foot, 8-inch boat. It's going to be the size of the Professional on the deck, but it's going to have the dead rise of the Biscayne and the Marquesa to give you
a great ride.
Great ride. Super dry, no sponsons. It pulls like a dream.
And
Track's great.
And I heard it's fast.
It's very fast. So, but yeah, we're working on the deck right now. We should have it all done by the spring of 21.
You know, in another episode, I'm going to go over to the plant. I'm going to make you show me around that boat.
All right, let's do it. There he is. That was another one that came out. Getting bigger by the inch.
Wearing them out, dude.
Getting bigger by the inch. Come on up here.
That's a much better one, Chief.
Yeah.
Respectable.
I'm not going to flip him right in the boat like the little ones.
No, no.
Get down. Be quiet. Gotcha. All right. Come on up here. Settle down, settle down, settle down.
Nice fish, Al. That's a good looking fish. It's amazing, Al, to me. You tie those things up in your garage and you're looking at them, you're thinking, what's going to eat this?
Yeah.
And they eat them.
Simple little bucktail jig.
Yeah, they eat them.
Been around for a long time.
You gave him a bloody lip.
Yeah, I gave him a
Did you?
bloody lip.
You gave him a bloody lip.
You're starting to cooperate a little bit better now.
Yeah, well, since you got rough on him. And I mean, does it get any simpler than this? Outgoing water, tide comes ripping around that turn. You can see how it moves through here. The mullet love it. They just sit here, and there's one little shadow line there with some deeper water.
Yeah.
And they all seem to want to draw right to it.
Yeah, we've seen multiple redfish just swim right through there.
All we're gonna do is repeat this pattern. You know, you look at the raymarine, and when I'm looking at the raymarine, it's like, there's a creek there around that point, there's a creek around that point. We're just gonna keep duplicating the same pattern.
Yeah.
And it should bear similar results.
One of the nice, I guess, features of the Nature Coast is the fact that it's just a rugged beauty. I mean, salt marsh, cabbage palms, laid down pine trees, and just the manatees, the eagles that you see out there, the ospreys that you see out there, the dolphins that tearing up mullet schools, and they work together there. So it's kind of cool to watch the dolphins predate on the mullet. You just see otters, there's so much stuff, raccoons that are coming off the bank and digging into the bottom and pulling out oysters to eat. It's just, you never know what to expect when you visit the Nature Coast. You're gonna get a lot more than just a great fishing day.
There he is.
Got him? There you go, CJ. Nice red.
Yep. Power pole down. God, dog it.
Oh, he's got you.
Yeah, he's got me.
Got you underneath. I'm gonna grab the net.
Yeah, I think we can just handle this one.
Okay.
Nice redfish too, dude.
You stay up there. I'm gonna come over here and grab him for you. Try to be gentle with your fish.
He's gonna make sure you get your hands really good and wet in this cold air.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a good one.
Got him on the homemade little brown bucktail jig right there. Classic wintertime pattern right there.
Yeah, the head color's basically for my benevolence, not for the fish's. Beautiful.
Nice fish, yeah.
I'm gonna get a quick photo shot of you down there, Al, with holding that thing.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Got him. Nice.
I'm gonna do a quick knot here, and it's not really a quick knot, but it's called the FG. I'm sure some of you guys have heard about that. As I take my leader itself, I'm gonna wrap it. As I'm wrapping this, you're gonna see me do it 22 times. It's a lucky number. So basically you wanna have a little tag in of your braid right here. I'm gonna put that right in my teeth, give me a little bit of tension as I wrap this monofilament leader around. Do this 22 times. All right. Then I'm just going to do just a quick overhand knot around, just to kind of lock it in place over that mono. Tighten it down there. Overhand knot around the braid and the mono there. Cinch that down. And now I'm just going to pull on the leader itself and tighten that against the whole leader. Got that locked in. Now I'll just do a couple of overhand knots. One, like that. And then do a double or triple over that one. Lock down. And we're good to go, right there. That is the FG knot. Trim all your tag ends as close as possible so they don't hang on your guides as they go through, especially this mono one. Put that right real close. Super small, won't foul through the guides. Extremely strong. The FG knot. All right, do a non-slip mono loop, and it ties overhand knot. And I use this for pretty much everything, from jerk baits to jigs to topwater. With the overhand knot, I'm gonna take your tag in, slide that right in, going away from you on that overhand knot, wrap it around your standing line 1, 2, 3 times, and then the same overhand knot that we went through, now we're gonna come back at us. Pull that tag in, cinch it down. And then nice thing about that is the tag end on this knot, after you trim it really close, will face backwards, and it won't hang as much grass. So you can see it faces backwards instead of straight out or straight forward like other knots. Non-slip mono loop and the FG knot, two of my favorites. Let's go fishing.
Today's tackle tip for FlatsClass, real simple stuff. In fact, with Al, we both were basically throwing almost the same type of gear. Now, Al was throwing a G Loomis with a Shimano Corrado, and I was throwing the Shimano Corrado DC on the brand new Terramar Double X. That's right, this is the medium light 7-foot rod. It does a really good job of throwing jigs or plugs in the 1/4 to 1/2 ounce range. I tied up a bunch of jigs that were in the 1/4 to 3/8 size, so that it was right there in the sweet spot. Allows me to deliver a nice smooth cast with this setup here. Also, I pack mine full of 20-pound Power Pro V2. It's super slick and makes casting distance not an issue, but it still gives me that nice little slide that I need for close quarter casting as well. Now the jigs, on the other hand, those were totally homemade. I've got a whole box of them here, and I'll probably want to bring you in to get a little tighter look. But we were throwing a lot of stuff with chartreuse and pink heads. These are standard boxing glove style heads that I just tie typically deer hair on. Sometimes I'll put a little Flashaboo or a little Mylar in there to give them a little bit of flash or give them a little puffiness. We've got all kinds of colors. Now, I am not PC when I name these baits. Like this one here is Fuzzy Handcuffs. That's the cool thing. You can name these things anything you want. These barred ones here, I call them prisoners. See what I mean? You can do whatever you want. I've got Cajun shrimp, whatever you want to call them. And the best part about the whole deal is you tie these things up, you go catch fish on them. What's more rewarding than that?
There he is.
Got another one?
When you've got such cool weather and the water level is so low, it concentrates fish in certain spots of the creeks and their systems. You'll have some basins, you'll have some holes, and it can be a challenge to get to those spots. But once you're in those spots, you catch fish.
It's a red. It's a red dog. That jig's on fire, dude.
Yes, it is.
It is on fire. Well, good luck holding on to that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty
green.
pretty fired up.
He got from there to there in 8 seconds. That was a rodeo.
I've known Al for 20 years. I've known him always to be one of the best fishermen that I've ever shared a boat with.
There we go.
Oh yeah!
There we go.
That's a good one.
There's a little red.
Al can catch anything. He can catch it with a fly rod. He can catch it with a plug rod. He can catch it with conventional gear when we used to tarpon fish together. There is nothing safe in the water when Captain Al Keller is aboard the boat.
If I was stranded on a desert island and I can only have one lure to bring with me and a fishing rod, it would be a bucktail jig. It will catch everything from snook, redfish, bonefish, permit, tarpon, barracuda. I mean, wherever you are, freshwater, bass, smallmouth, pike, you could catch everything on a bucktail jig.
There we go. Dude, that's
Decent
a nice
trout.
That is a nice trout. Yeah. Holy cow, coming down.
There we go. And I was just slow rolling out across the bottom
Yeah,
again.
let me get the net for that one.
Slow rolling it across the bottom. Scoop them up for me, CA.
Fish.
There we go. Perfect.
Nice fish. My wife says the only time I move that fast is when I got to get a net for somebody. Right in the corner of the mouth. Little hair jig.
Yep.
It looks like you took a marker to that one.
Yeah, I prettied that one up a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, decent little trout there.
Nice little trout.
Lives get busy, so you start really appreciating the time that you spend with guys of Al's caliber that you took for granted when you were younger. And now as you're getting older, you realize those opportunities to fish with these guys, aren't going to be as numerous. It was great to have Al on the boat today. In fact, that was an awesome trip.
There he is.
Nice. Oh, a snook there, it
Yeah,
looks like,
a
CA.
snook.
Nice.
We're gonna need a net for that one.
Yeah, we'll wind it up here.
A little variety on these jigs.
Yeah,
And I changed jig colors too. I put the chartreuse root beer on.
nice.
Decent fish.
Yeah, not bad.
Whew.
There we go.
One of the things that you and I were bringing up earlier, just rapping about this trip, is you pick these bright colors on the heads just so that you can see where they are,
Yeah.
and not so much so that the fish can see. Woo! Jig fell right out of his mouth.
Popped right on
That's
out.
how close that was. That's how close that was.
Trout, snook, redfish, flounder. I mean, we've caught the slam up here on the Nature's Coast.
All on homemade jigs.
That's right.
All on homemade jigs. That's amazing.